you to the waterfront. Allez-vous-en. Allez-vous-en. Dépêchez-vous, dépêchez-vous, mes frères. Scram, once a year.
Do you know her?
I'm sorry, who?
The girl you've been staring at all evening.
Oh.
Oh, what?
No, I don't know her.
You're one blind date who isn't blind enough.
Tony, let's make this a tradition. And every year I'll take you out on Martedì Grasso.
And go home with someone else. I hear that's another of your traditions.
That was before I met you.
Methinks I hear an echo, perhaps from your secret past.
No, my dear. My past is an open bottle. Drink of it what you will.
Thank you. But Father said to drink only wine.
You never give a man a break, Tony. Admitted I have no character, but who are you waiting for? Galahad on a white charger?
He wouldn't have to be on horseback.
Look out there, Dick. We're in the hands worth two.
Leave him alone. I've lost interest.
This is to make you forget.
Forget what?
I've got eyes, Tony. Although maybe not quite like his.
What were you saying, Rick?
Oh, I was saying this was my first Martedì Grasso.
Looks nice. Don't you think?
I'm prejudiced.
Probably his first leave here.
Lucky man.
Why?
To attract the most beautiful eyes in New Orleans.
Nicely done. Chances?
Thanks. But right now I trade mine for a khaki shirt with one stripe on the sleeve.
Ladies and gentlemen, be played the songs you like. So call out your choice.
Rhapsody in Blue.
St. Louis Blues.
No, Kiss and Tell.
Bayou Serenade.
We have 2 votes up there. So we play Bayou Serenade.
Tony, is this a conspiracy?
Not that I know.
Dance?
Gentlemen, whenever the music stops, everyone change partners with the next couple. Now ready, and we go.
Dance or a race?
Never mind, honey. I'm taking you to a nice, tall, good-looking man. Come on.
Oh, yeah? My husband isn't a very good dancer. I do hope your partner doesn't mind.
Oh, she's all right.
Well, does the grass across the fence still look as green?
without disparaging your complexion, greener.
German Army name for your taxes.
Uh-huh. We call it establishing contact with friendly forces.
How'd you know they were friendly?
I can see through your mask.
You're very sure of yourself.
I'm not really. I'm sure of what I like.
Aren't you exceeding the war effort?
Have to. The MPs are after me. I'm working against time.
Your first Mardi Gras party?
Oh, not that, please, but we'll never get anywhere in one dance. Who are you?
Don't you know Marie Antoinette? When you run into her on a warm evening without her wig?
She was French and beautiful.
Only 50% right.
Well, that's about what I used to get in history. Sorry, this is Marie Antoinette. Sorry.
Quick thinking.
Desperate.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if you turned out to be a general in disguise.
Oh, sure. This is just a masquerade. Look, my name is Dick Connolly. I come from Burlington, Vermont. Studied agriculture. I was working for the TVA when they drafted me. I'm 28, unmarried, no serious attachments. Besides...
Wait a minute. What are you telling me all this for?
So you won't run off with a stranger.
Oh, so that's your next tactic.
It's not a tactic. Please listen. I've never meant anything more than what I'm telling you right now. I've been training in one of those swamps they call bayous down here. Nothing but soldiers and alligators. Suddenly I find you.
And after it's alligator, I look good.
You look like someone I came a long way to meet. We'll go everywhere, have the time of our lives. Please, just this one evening. I can't explain it, but something happened. It just happened, that's all. Please. I don't make a practice of this.
I believe you.
Come on.
Tell your fortune, lady? You have to get your uncle a dime. I'll tell you much better ones for a nickel.
But I have only 2 hands.
There's a break in your heart, love. I see a man in your life, a soldier, and he's 6 feet tall.
That's not bad, only missed it by 1 inch.
Some love potions, mister? I send for flirtation. 15.
Save it for someone who needs them. Here.
Oh, God.
Where will it be, me hearty? Anywhere, follow the crowd. Come in. Tell your fortune, lady?
Not until 12.
Where'll it be, my hearty?
Follow the stars. Which one are you wishing on?
On all of them. I'm taking no chances.
Mine's impossible, so I might as well tell you. I was wishing this weren't the first night we've met.
And I was saying, don't let it be the last.
I don't want you to go.
Wars don't last forever.
Don't take it. You've taken off my mask. Look at the stars.
I am.
Parbleu! You're still up?
And you, Peppy, thank heaven.
Peppy, we're starved.
Oh, well, see, I'm not rid yet of last night's customer. Come on. In an hour, perhaps, huh?
In an hour, I have to start back for camp.
You see, it's your patriotic duty.
But I have no fire burning. My wife is in bed, and I'm so tired I can hardly lift the frying pan. All right, I'll make you an omelet.
Wonderful.
Oh, Peppy, you're a darling.
Oh, no. Oh, mademoiselle. No, I'm just an old fool who envies the young ones.
The French are charming.
It's too early for compliments. Or too late.
What do you say at home? I mean, it's past curfew, isn't it?
There's only Father, and he never asks questions. Except the kind you can look up in an encyclopedia.
The French are charming.
Don't keep saying that.
I keep saying it.
I don't feel at all charming this morning. There's no use.
How would you like to get married?
What?
I could have my leave extended.
Are you serious?
Why not?
Because of last night? Don't make gestures.
All right. No harm in trying, I suppose.
Aren't you relieved?
Relieved?
Suppose I'd hold you to your offer. Suppose I just up and presented Father with a son-in-law this morning.
Suppose you did.
You might consider it a little short notice.
You're not engaged to that Hebreo fellow brought you here last night?
Guy? No.
That's good. I didn't like him.
We've had so short a time. Do we really know each other?
I know your first name. Antoinette. She lost her head, not her heart.
Maybe that isn't a familiar role. Maybe I went out of character. I think I liked you better before.
I'm sorry, Tony. But it isn't our fault we haven't more time.
I know.
Maybe I'm just old-fashioned.
Maybe I'm not very nice.
No. You put your mask back on. Feel safer with it, don't you?
I guess it is self-defense.
You don't need to, Tony. I'm on your side.
But what if 2 months from now, or 2 years, I might be someone you vaguely remembered at a Mardi Gras? How do you know it's any more than that?
I don't. I just have a hunch.
That's honest. I like you for that. In fact, I like you very much.
Enough to see me again.
But you're leaving.
I have one more furlough at the end of our training before we ship out. That's in 6 weeks.
When I was little, Father said that time passed for everyone but me.
Tony, come back to the subject.
All right, if you want to see me then.
6 weeks from today. That's Wednesday. 2 in the afternoon.
Du Bois.
What's your address?
No, I don't want us to write letters. It'll be a sort of test. If you feel the same way, then just come here to Peppy.
Suppose you don't show up.
That's the chance you're taking. We're both taking.
I'll find you.
Good hunting.
Well, I found a few mushrooms and a couple of shrimps to put in the omelet. And a little bit of sauce, too. It's nothing very much.
Oh, Peppy, it looks magnificent.
Yes, does it not?
And how about some lunch?
Lunch? But, monsieur, c'est impossible. I have not slept. The cafe is closed.
No, Peppy, not today. 6 weeks from today.
Oh, well. That is different. Would you like something special? Maybe some quails cooked in white wine? Hmm?
Well, the sauce is wasted. They'll have no idea what they eat.
Package for Mr. Dubois.
That Mr. Dubois. I told him if he got one more book, there wouldn't be room in his house for us.
The Oriental aspects of Mayan culture raise a conjecture of an early Chinese migration to the shores of Central America.
I'm giving this study a going over.
Not today, Matilda. Please, can't you see
That's
that...
what you say every day, Mr. Dubois. You shooed me out Saturday, Monday, and yesterday.
Well, I promise tomorrow.
No, I can't take no more promises. Just look at this here room.
Well, what's wrong with it? I know where everything is.
Yes, you knows, and heaven knows. But ain't nobody else can find a chair to sit in.
Well, I don't see why books haven't just as much a right to sit on chairs as people have.
I ain't gonna argue that point.
Now, look what you've done. You've lost my place.
Someday you're gonna get yourself buried under these here books, and we're gonna have to come dig you out. Just like those old Indians you've been writing about.
Tony, you be my witness. See what this person is doing to my room.
Father, don't pretend you know you love to have Matilda fuss over you.
My little girl looks so grown up these past few weeks. It's very becoming. Oh, what a lovely frock.
Thank you, Father.
Yes, perfectly beautiful. Oh, what's that fancy box?
Sign language. Something I'm too scared to say any other way. Matilda, I won't be here for lunch.
What'll I tell Mr. Habril and Mr. Henderson when they call? I've been lying to them all morning.
Well, this afternoon you can tell them the truth. I really won't be here.
When you settle down to one man, Miss Tony, you're going to save me a lot of sinning. Besides, it's time there was some grandchildren in my house.
Yes, Matilda's right. Why else did I have 2 daughters?
Miss Rennie's been married 5 years and ain't nothing happened yet. And you?
Perhaps I'll surprise you. Father, what kind of a grandchild would you like? Brown eyes and brown hair?
And a little French nose. Perfect. And his father, have you picked him out yet?
Yes. He's a soldier I met some time ago.
Does he know about it?
That's why I'm going to lunch. Tell him he's about to become a father.
Listen to that child talk.
Won't the young man be a bit surprised?
Very likely. Father, you'll still love him even if he doesn't look French at all.
The young man?
No, your grandson.
C'est un peu léger. Pas assez chargé.
C'est un bon petit vin.
Ah, pas de bouquet. Too thin. Too thin, right?
Pepe, you have lost your reason.
Maybe, but not my taste. Let me see. Ce vin-là, c'est moi qui te le dis. Il n'est pas français. Ah non, ça va sentir.
Il n'est pas français.
Non.
Pepe, but his ancestry. Comprends?
Oui.
Partenza.
Ah oui.
His ancestry is French.
What?
Château du Pape. 1885.
18 what?
85.
It seems to me you put the years a little back when you translate them into English, huh?
A French grape who was married to American soil.
The marriage did not come off. Their hearts were not in it.
So, honey, I got a letter for your papa. You take it to him?
Yes, thank you.
Yes, sir. Ninette, what is
You, Papa.
For me. What is it? Looks like a letter. Yes, it is a letter. Nick, will you please bring me my glasses? Never mind. I'm much too busy. Now, listen, my friend, for the case, I'll give you $12.
$12. Cost me 14. I should. $2, it is the wholesale price. $3, it is the express charge.
14. Not another cent.
Papa, you're a hard man. The shrimp you do not care for, mademoiselle? Pappy prepared it himself for you and your friend.
Apparently my friend isn't hungry. And neither am I.
Oh, he's perhaps detained.
Perhaps. Where's Pepe?
He is not what you say good for. Today is wine tasting day. But he goes through for his customers, mademoiselle. Merci mille fois.
Don't tell Pepe I didn't eat his shrimp.
Très bien, mademoiselle.
I'm Antoinette Dubois. Has there been any message for me?
No, mademoiselle.
Well, could I leave my address in case someone calls?
Of course.
I do not want to be robbed.
You don't want to be robbed.
No.
I'm the one who is robbed. Attention. Regardez.
Thank you.
Not at all.
This is for you.
Thank the lady Ninette.
Thank you. Look, Mama.
Of the prodigal sister. Renee is still there? Oh.
I grabbed the local as far as Philly.
Well, I mean, I don't want to break in on you last evening. Well, if his train leaves at 12, I could... All right, darling, I'll be there in 10 minutes. Goodbye.
It's good you came, Tony, to cheer the parting warrior's wife.
Oh, nonsense, Tony. This warrior never goes further than Norfolk, Virginia. We just forget about him and have a good time.
Well, one of these days they will ship me out, then you'll be sorry.
Men, they hate you to weep and their pride's hurt if you don't. You can see, Tony, what you've escaped.
I wouldn't mind having somebody to weep over. Father's book about the Mayans is nearly finished. He's got a theory that the Indians are really Chinese, or maybe it's the other way around.
Oh, the darling. Is Matilda still boss him around?
And he still loves it.
Say, there's time for just one drink at Joe's on the train. We know a bartender who serves Mickey Fins to departing sailors. It's a sort of a tradition. Where's your bonnet?
Renee and I have a rule. No tagging along at important moments.
Oh, none of that now. Come on.
Please, Renee.
All right, darling.
Come on, what's holding you up?
Tony's tired, honey, so don't badger.
Oh, of course you are, Tony.
Besides, I do sniffle at farewells, and that wouldn't do.
Get ready for bed, darling. I'll be right back.
And take care of Pie Face for me. She's all I've got.
Hurry home, Bill.
Of course. Probably from Norfolk. All right, darling. Bye, Tony.
Goodbye, Bill.
Now tell Big Sister all about it.
How did you know there was something?
Well, when Tony comes dashing to New York and then wants to stay by herself, she's got problems.
But I don't feel like talking about myself tonight, not with Bill just leaving.
Oh, nonsense. Don't you know the best way to forget troubles is to talk about somebody else's? This maneuver used to work. Remember?
I don't quite know how to say it, Renee, so it won't sound like something out of a magazine story.
Yes?
Well, don't laugh, but I'm going to have a child. Tony.
Does Father know? Oh, darling, don't cry. I know you said everything to yourself that I could say.
Thank you, Renee.
Good night.
Will you leave the door open?
Of course, darling.
I couldn't tell Father. I was so ashamed. I sent him away, Renee. It was all my fault. He asked me to marry him. But I wasn't sure of myself then. Go ahead, darling. He wanted to marry you. Now tell me the rest. He didn't come back. There must have been a reason. Now I'll never see him again. Don't do it, Tony. You mustn't give him up for adoption. This is bad enough, Renee.
68th Street.
You came to ask me for help. I'm going to ask you instead.
72nd.
What are you going to... Wait. Don't say anything. Not till you've heard the whole thing. Maybe it'll sound insane. It isn't to say anything in the world. It's the whole solution. What? Remember last night I said I'd trade places with you if I could? Oh, Tony, I can't. It'd be the same as though I were having the baby. And Bill, well, he'd die of happiness. I'd let him think it was his own. We started out to adopt a baby, but Bill broke down. He begged me to wait, that maybe someday he'll have to wait forever. I know I can't have a child.
Evening, Mrs. Gordon.
Good evening. With Bill shipping out, we could go away together. You could take my name. It would be... Oh, Tony, we can. You've got to. Life is so precious. Could you do it, darling? Can you understand?
Good evening, Mrs. Gordon.
Good evening. Oh, you did understand?
You won.
I was all mixed up. This afternoon, I'll let you go shopping.
Wonderful. I need new shoes and a pair of
shopping for the baby, of course. I'll take the one in blue. I'm sure it's going to be a boy.
How can you tell?
Well, I'm concentrating.
Your first one, Miss Gordon?
Yes.
I almost forgot for a moment. I don't think I'll look any more today.
Very well, madam.
You can add this to the rest of my order. I'm having everything sent directly to the San Verde Ranch, New Mexico.
Yes, Miss Gordon.
Oh, darling, look.
Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Not at all. Good day.
Bye. Heavens, what's the hurry?
I'm glad we're leaving Sunday.
Why? What's wrong?
I feel as if everyone is staring at me.
You ought to have all the night watches from now on, Bill. Good practice for walking a baby. How's it look? Smooth as a... Say, did I show you this, Lex? I'll say 3 times. I must have read it 10 times. I can't believe it yet. Think of the name yet, Bill? Can't think. So happy. I'll decide for you. Bill Jr. I second that motion. Bill Gordon Jr. Not bad.
There, Billy. What's the matter with my little darling?
You shouldn't do that. If we pick him up every time he cries, he'll just be able to get attention.
Let me spoil him, Renee, just a little. I knew you were going to have dark hair. I knew it.
Time for the 10 o'clock feeding, Mrs. Gordon.
Let me do it.
Tony, please let Mrs. Rudd do it.
But why? I've nothing else to do.
Because I want to talk to you.
I know what you're going to say, Renee.
Darling, listen to me. In all our life together, we've never let anything serious come up between us. We're not going to start now. That's why I want us to get it straight about Billy.
What's there to get straight? He's yours.
In your heart, you haven't given him up?
Not while he's here. And I can see and feel him in my arms. Oh, Renee, I didn't know anything could be so wonderful.
I know. It's like giving up part of yourself.
Don't, Renee, we're being sentimental.
We're being honest. We've always tried to reason things out openly. This time it's harder. I want you to know, Tony, that I'm not holding you to our arrangement.
After you've told Bill?
If I explained everything, Bill would understand now. But later...
I'd do anything to keep him. I'll admit that, Renee. But it's foolish even to talk about it. There's no other way. This doesn't only concern our happiness. Yours and mine, Bill's. There's the baby. What's best for him hasn't changed.
I just want you to be sure, darling. Because when you've decided now, it's once and for all.
Yes, Renee.
Just one more thing, Tony. It's not easy to say when I love to see her so much.
I know, darling. It's best that I don't come to New York for a while.
I think it should be a clean break.
For how long do you think?
About 3 years. Not just for the baby's sake, Tony. There's Bill. You'd never be able to hide it from him.
Yes, Renee.
Time to go, folks.
Sure you have enough formula?
Plenty till Chicago. I'll have another batch made up there.
And Renee, if the air conditioning makes it too cold, please tell the conductor. He's so terribly little.
Don't worry about anything. Sure you don't want to come to the train?
Bye. Bye, Renee.
Bye, Mr. Bois.
Love to Father.
Kind of hard to leave the kid, Mrs. Gordon, even for a short time.
Don't you know that women are always sloppy about babies, Dick?
Don't break up the party, Tony. There's nothing wrong that another drink can't fix.
Oh, I don't know, Bob. There's some things that nothing can fix.
Oh, what's Guy there for?
I'm here for ornamental purposes only. Tony's been back from her wanderings exactly 1 year, 6 months, and 10 seconds, and she still won't marry me. Will you?
No. I better get him home instead. Good night, Bob.
Good night, Tony. I'll see you two at Armand's Mardi Gras night.
Right, Bob. Good night.
Good night.
Tony, you aren't really going to bed yet. So, how about a nightcap?
No, we might disturb Father. He's been sleeping in the library since he was ill. The doctor doesn't want him to climb the stairs.
We could go over to my house.
We could, but we won't. Besides, I'm all in.
Too much fun lately?
That's what you call it.
But you are coming to the Mardi Gras party with me. War can't change that. Remember, it's a tradition.
No, I'm not going.
Now, Tony, I've got a theory about you. I think you're in love.
If I am, it's with a very young man. Good night.
Good night.
Wonderful news. Bill's home. Oh, Tony, you could have seen his face when he saw the baby. First, Bill couldn't say a word. He just looked and looked until I thought his eyes would swallow the child.
You're even more wonderful than your pictures.
I my letter.
I brought something for you. Will you come here, boy?
Bill took out of his pocket a funny little wooden doll he picked up somewhere in the South Seas.
See, it works like this, Billy. Say, do you mind if I call you Skipper? Now, look. You pull this one, and the arms go up, like that. And then this one. Now, you pull it this time. Ready? And the legs go up. Presto! And the legs go up. You pull them both this time. And the arms go up, and the legs go up. And the arms go up, and the legs go up. And the arms go up.
Next year, I hope the streets will be full of celebration again. It's a good tradition, Mardi Gras. Once a year, people should play the parts denied them in life.
Father, you've been sitting up enough for one day.
Putting a mask over the eyes makes it easier to unmask the heart. Sonny, you should be out with your friends.
But I prefer being here celebrating with you.
Well, then open the wine and let's begin.
Just one, Father. Make the most of it.
I'm sure that doctor's an abstemious man who's using my illness as an excuse to lower the consumption of alcoholic beverages.
To our private Mardi Gras.
One of the nicest I remember. What a fortunate man I am. 2 fine daughters, my books, my memories, and now a grandchild. What color did you say his eyes were, Tony?
Brown. Like that book there. Only a shade darker.
The war will soon be over, Tony.
Why did you say that, Father?
Oh, no reason. I just happened to think it. You remember the day you were in here and joked about a soldier and the child you planned to have someday?
Yes.
I'll tell you something funny. You half had me convinced that you meant it. You carried it off very well.
Did I? That seems a long time ago. Would you like me to read to you, Father?
Yes, Maria, yes. Either my eyes are growing a little older, or my glasses.
Nearly finished.
Yes, about the fourth time, but it always seems new.
He was at peace, this tired old man. He had returned to the home he loved, and there he was waiting to die. Even now, a soft wind anointed him with pungent oil of sage, and he stirred gratefully on his rough bed. Instantly, young Thomas was at his sickbed, kneeling, seeking comfort. You will soon be well, Padre. One does not die of so slight an ailment. The old man smiled. I
shall not die of a cold, my son. I shall die of having lived. Tony, when I go...
Please, Father.
Oh, this is a good time to talk about it, my dear, because on Mardi Gras night, we don't have to be too serious about anything.
But you're going to live a long time.
We'll probably, if only to prove that doctor wrong. But if I shouldn't, I hope you won't stay in this house.
Why not?
Because I'm afraid you'll be very lonely. It'd be different if you had a family of your own.
There's Matilda.
Oh, Matilda will be taken care of. I've seen that. You're the only one I'm worried about.
I'll be all right.
You could visit Renee.
I can't do that. Please, Father, let's not talk about it anymore.
Of course, my dear. Only I felt that something has made you unhappy. Tony, there's nothing we should ever regret in life, except not having lived it. Remember that.
Well, I guess that's about the last touch, Matilda.
Room sure looks terrible. Not a book out of place.
You know I tried to stay, Matilda, but I can't make it a home by myself. You know...
Bless you. It just wrung my heart to watch you try. If you just knew where you were going, honey. I just know Miss Renee would
I'll let you know, Matilda, when I know.
Why don't you have your horoscope read?
Once I followed the stars. Now I'm going to fall on my feet wherever they take me. The taxi's waiting. Let's go.
You'll come back to me soon, Miss Tony. You'll get married and...
Let's try not to look back.
morning, Billy.
Morning, George. Are you going to the park? There's a taxi at her.
Get the ball. Get the ball. Go get it.
Good morning.
Good morning.
You're a little late this morning.
Only a few minutes.
Suppose I were to be late. What would these birds think? One morning I came just 3 minutes after 10. Would you believe it? Not a single bird would talk to me all morning. Yes, sir. We admire punctuality, don't we? Yes, sir.
Isn't that fun?
Oh, old friend. They're getting used to you. Ever see anything so plump and beautiful?
No, never.
She is more interested in children. I have to leave you in charge. Why I have to sit in a stuffy office, I don't know, when I could be sitting in the sunshine all day. Imagine pigeons going to offices. They are too smart for such nonsense. Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Hello.
Hello. Oh. Billy. Billy.
You wish to reserve a table, monsieur? Oh, it is you.
Hello, Pepe. So you remembered me all this time.
Oh, well, how could I forget a friend of Mademoiselle Dubois? I knew someday you would come back.
And how about... Well, did she come here again?
Of course, mon ami. She even left something for you. Come on.
I don't understand. She never answered the letter I sent her.
Letter? I do not know. Here. I kept it here all the time. I knew that when the war was over, Oh, here it is. Here it is. Yeah. Since her father died, Mademoiselle comes here no longer. And how she loved my shrimps, didn't she? Oh, she was, you know... What is it?
If you don't mind, Pepe, I think I'll have a drink.
You stay here.
Darling, what's this? Tell her what it is.
A lion.
A lion. It's got a crown on. Look, Billy. Look, a test body. Go on, get it. He's growing so fast. If only he could stay just as he is. You have a way with children. We'll miss you. You're going away? Next Monday. We're going back to the coast with Mr. Gordon. Oh, you'll miss Billy, too, eh? They get a hold on you, they do. I remember how it was with the last one I took care of, a little girl. If I carried on so when the family moved west, you'd have thought I was losing my own child. Well, now I have a son. She hasn't been here for weeks. Martha! Oh, hello, Anna. Do you mind? I'll take care of the matter. Thank you. Billy! We'll have to be going now. Mrs. Gordon's expecting us.
Oh, let me help you.
Thanks, George.
Going up?
Yes, sir.
What floor is Mrs. Gordon on, please?
That's our apartment, if you'd care to follow us.
Oh, thank you. And is this young Mr. Gordon?
Yes, it is.
Would you care to shake hands? Oh.
I don't want to.
You don't want to? Yes, I guess he doesn't.
He's just had a little fright.
Oh, I see.
There's a young man downstairs to see you, Mrs. Gordon. Didn't he give you a... Etta, you look as though Billy gave you a workout today. Oh, it must have been the run I had through the park. A young girl who's been playing with a baby for several weeks now acted as if she was going to make off with him. In Central Park in broad daylight, from his bulldog guardian. It's your Welsh blood, Etta. She was such a nice young girl.
You put it up to your eyes like this and make a face, and people don't know whether you're a horned toad or a four-legged billy goat. Isn't that funny? You know, you're harder to get a smile out of than your Aunt Tony. Oh.
Hello, I'm Renee Gordon.
Well, Mrs. Gordon, I certainly look forward to this.
Bye-bye, man.
Goodbye, young fella. It's a wonderful boy you have, Mrs. Gordon.
I overheard you mention Tony. You're a friend of hers?
Well, I hope I am.
What did you say your name was?
I'm sorry. Well, somehow I thought you knew my name, but of course you couldn't. I'm Dick Connolly.
Have you heard from Tony recently?
She's here, isn't she?
Here.
Yes, that's why I came.
Oh, but she's at home, of course, haven't
I
you?
just came from New Orleans. I went to a restaurant we both know and found her address, but the house was closed up.
How did you know? Did she leave a forwarding address?
My neighbor told me she thought she might be staying with you. She told me where you lived.
I haven't heard from her for several weeks. Several weeks.
Where do you suppose she could be? Surely she wouldn't come to New York and not call you. You suppose she's been in an accident? Do you think we ought to notify them?
No. Please sit down, Mr. Conley. Tony's been very lonely since Father died. I'm sure she's just gone off to visit friends. I'll hear from her shortly, I know.
You feel certain?
Yes.
You knew my name, didn't you, Mrs. Gordon?
Yes.
Then Tony told you about us.
Yes, she did.
I see. I guess I know how you feel.
And what about Tony? Have you any idea how she felt? Do you think that you can do anything you happen to feel like and that it just ends there? If you do, you have a lot to learn, Mr. Conley. I think you should go.
Please listen, Mrs. Gordon. I was very much in love with Tony. I wanted
Is
it.
that what you call love? I know you were going to war. But that doesn't excuse you for messing up someone else's life.
Messing up? Tony? What's happened to her? But please, I've got to know. So that's what it is. Tony. She went through that all alone. I wasn't here to help her. In France, I had the strangest feeling that she needed me. Where's our child?
What difference does that make? What right have you to...
None, I suppose. I'd give my right arm if we'd been married.
It's a little late to find that out.
I wanted us to get married before I left. At the last minute, my leave was canceled. I wrote to Tony. When she didn't answer my letter, I thought perhaps it was... Oh, maybe it was better that way. For a time, I even thought I could forget. I suppose you're interested in all that.
Go on.
Well, instead of forgetting, I thought of her more and more. Things she said, the direct way she looks at you. You know, little things.
Yes.
The war changed the way I looked at some things. I suppose when you're near to, well, where anything could happen, you begin to realize what's really important. I suddenly knew that Tony was first on my list of essentials.
Must have been hard on you, too.
Mrs. Gordon, Tony's child would have meant more to me than anything else in the world.
I wish it were different. But there's nothing I can do.
But I've got to know what's happened to her. Please.
That's up to Tony. There's nothing more I can say.
You've been very kind. May I leave my address with you so that when you hear from her...
Of course.
She isn't very far from me, just across the park. And will you please tell her for me? Oh, never mind. I guess that's my department.
Will you be in town long?
Until you call. Bye, Mr. Gordon.
Etta?
Yes, Mrs. Gordon.
That girl you mentioned in the park, the one you thought was running off with Billy.
Yes?
What did she look like? Describe her.
Well, she looked a bit like you.
A little younger, perhaps.
Her eyes were...
Ella, please don't mention this to Mr. Gordon. I don't want to alarm him.
Something wrong, Mama? I want to die.
Walden House? Miss Antoinette Dubois registered in the hotel? Thank you.
Yes. She checked out about an hour ago, Mrs. Gordon. To the station, I believe.
But you don't know which train. It's very important.
No, Mama, no.
Thank you. Never mind, Etta. I'll answer it.
Yes, Mrs. Gordon.
Mama, come back, Mama.
In a little while, darling. Don't let him come downstairs.
Yes, Mrs. Gordon. Now, come on, darling. Let's get ready for bed. Then you can play with Daddy when he comes home.
Come in.
You knew I was here.
Yes. The nurse told me.
I've done everything. Everything I could to keep my promise. I just can't any longer. I tried to leave today. I even checked out of the hotel, bought my railroad ticket.
Yes, I know.
But it's no use. I can't go.
Why didn't you come here in the first place, no matter what we'd agreed on? You didn't have to go behind my back.
I know. I thought if I could just see the baby, it would help. I only meant to look on from a distance. Believe me, Renee, I never meant...
Whatever you meant, you'd have committed a crime if Eddie hadn't stopped you.
I didn't know what I was doing. It wasn't anything I thought about or planned. Suddenly he was in my arms.
Oh, Tony. I don't mean to be hard on you. I think I know what you must have gone through. Perhaps we made a mistake in the first place trying to do what we did. But it's done. And there's no way to undo it.
Yes, there is. I've got to have Billy.
No.
No. I fought against it as long as I can. I can't any longer.
You had your chance. I gave it to you. But you said no. You decided once and for all.
Those are only words, Renee. I know I said them and I meant them. But try to live with words. Try building your life around them. See what comfort you get from keeping a promise that's taken away all your reason for living.
You're only saying this because you're upset on account of Father and being alone. But you got along before and you...
Don't say I was happy. I wasn't. Not for a single minute. No use talking about it anymore. No matter what you think. No matter what anyone thinks. Billy's mine and I'm going to have him.
Billy's not yours and you're not going to have him.
Renee,
You've always done as you pleased and now at your convenience you think you can ruin our lives.
Renee, you can't stop me.
I can't stop you. I'll go to any lengths. I'll deny whatever you say. I'll say you had an obsession about Billy and I'll prove it with that.
I'll never believe you. I'll get witnesses from the ranch. They'll remember which of us is Billy's mother.
If you do that, I'll...
Where's everybody?
You mustn't know you're here. You mustn't know anything.
What's the use, Renee? You'll have to know.
No, please not now.
Where's everybody? Well, if it isn't the boss. How are you, old man?
Tony, you can't do it. You see, now you can't do it.
You and Bill have each other. I have no one. And you've had Billy for 3 years.
And during those 3 years, he's become ours. We've taken care of him. We sat up with him nights when he was sick. We've given him our hearts. He's become our family. Our life.
No, he's mine. I'm his mother. No matter what you say, you can't answer that.
Who's a child's real mother, Tony? One who gave him birth hating it, or one who really wanted the child? Who's given him everything that's in her to give?
I would have given him the same thing.
Except you couldn't. When you finally decided, you said that the important thing was the baby's good. Well, has that changed after 3 years? Oh, Tony, if you do this, everything that's been done for Billy will be lost. Do you really think you can make up for that? Or do you imagine that you can be happy when you know...
Renee, please don't say any more.
Oh, Tony. Tony, darling.
You're right, Renee. You were always right. I was just all alone. I haven't the baby and I haven't Dick. He never wrote me. He never came back. All these years.
You haven't lost Dick.
What?
He was here just today. He's been looking for you. I lied. I wasn't going to call him. I wasn't going to tell you either. I didn't dare tell you because...
Where is he?
Here.
Dick. He's here. He hasn't forgotten. Billy!
It's ours. Tony.
Oh, what a sour one. Skipper, we have a long ways to go before we're ready for Carnegie Hall. Tony! What a surprise. When did you get here?
Hello, Bill.
What is this, darling? Why didn't we know Tony was coming? Oh, you women and your secrets. Well, anyhow, Tony, it's time you got acquainted with Billy. Come here, Skipper. I want you to meet your Aunt Tony. Now, look here, Billy. You can't act that way with your aunt.
We'll have to get acquainted slowly. Renee, he's a lucky boy to have you and Bill.
I think we're the lucky ones.
Well, I'll have to hurry now.
Oh, no, Tony. I haven't had a moment to see you. Why must you run away? Oh, so that's the big mystery. But aren't you girls a little big to be having secrets about dates? Is that what it is, Tony?
A date, Bill. A luncheon date.
Tonight, a luncheon date. What are you talking about?
A date I've been waiting 3 years to keep.
Oh, well, in that case, I guess I better hurry you on your way.
Goodbye, Billy. Tony.
I'll take her down, darling. This must be something special, Tony. Tell me more about it.
Once he asked me to marry him, Bill. If he asks me again...
I've known about Billy for some time. No, I haven't told Renee. I don't know how this all came about, but I can never thank you enough.